Hi there, and welcome to My.Na Cars. On this week's edition, we're focusing on commercial vehicles. But before we get into our feature stories, we just want to take our hats or our masks off to salute our truck drivers and all the other people who work in the transport and logistics sector. I know it's very difficult right now, but you guys are and ladies are continuing to keep the lifeblood of our economies going, to move commodities and keep the shelves stocked. So we just like to thank you for your efforts, and yeah, we salute you. Okay, in this week's edition, we are checking out a very, very exciting new truck. It is the MAN TGS XHD. Now that might be a mouthful, but this upgraded and uprated version of the TGS truck is something special, and also at a price point that is hard to believe. Yeah, and then next up, we will also be chatting to JC Greyling and Chrysander Botha from King Price Insurance about how they can save you money and how much fun they have doing it. So stay tuned. This is very surreal, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, I'm having such a fanboy moment. I'm with two of Namibia's greatest rugby players and just coolest dudes. I'm here with JC Greyling and Chrysander Botha. Gents, thank you so much for making time.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, man. And before we start, many blessings on your birthday, my brother.
Thank you. Thank you.
Cool, guys. So you're joining us today to talk about King Price, the company culture, and your respective roles. How has it been? You know, what's the culture like at King Price? Because I mean, it's such an exciting new entrant into the insurance market in Namibia, and you guys, just like from the outside, it looks like a heck of a fun place to work. What's the experience like?
Yeah, well, like you said, King Price has got an awesome culture to work in. We've got a great bunch of guys and girls working there as well. Yeah, it's something different from what we've been used to. But yeah, it's just awesome to work for King Price.
Absolutely. And what's the transition like? I mean, coming from the field, coming from, you know, that hardcore, just like work your butt off mentality to hardcore work your butt off but have fun mentality at King Price. How's that been?
Yeah, I think it's a big transition, moving from normal training days into your 8 to 5 job. I mean, but King Price, it's not your typical 8 to 5 job, so it's fresh, it's hip. You want to go to work every day. It's exciting, and every day is different in the insurance industry, so it's very enjoyable.
Wow. Okay. Cool. So, what do you gentlemen do respectively?
Well, I'm an investigator in the claims department.
Dun dun dun.
Yeah, so it basically entails just investigation of claims where we find something that makes sense, you understand, to pursue, and then obviously with you know, we all should adhere to rules of the road and obviously rules of the King Price policy document.
Yeah.
But it's just a new thing, man. It's just obviously with that investigations and everything and the proper handling of claims and treating all customers fairly. It offers us the opportunity to give you guys lower premiums and obviously royal service at the end of the day.
That's actually a very good point, you know. So it takes an insurance company's not strictness, but adherence to its policies to ensure that it's a sustainable business, which is quite interesting. So yes, is King Price is Sherlock Holmes.
That's correct.
Yeah. And JC?
Yeah, so I'm head of the broker claims and then the commercial clients claims as well. You know, so yeah, when a client is in the position of, you know, having to put in a claim, you know, 99% of the time they are quite stressed and in a hurry, you know, and it's our job, you know, to keep them calm, you know, and to explain to them how the process works, to keep them updated throughout this process, you know, and yeah, to make sure that everything is done at a top standard.
How is King Price's offering, you know, keeping the Namibian insurance industry at a world-class standard?
With technology nowadays, it makes it, like you mentioned, tricky. But that just allows us, if we follow the right process, treat every customer fairly. Obviously, everyone wants to save a buck now and then. That's why we offer these low premiums that decreases every month.
Yeah.
And as I mentioned, we are the only insurance provider to do that in Namibia. So that's why we've got this amazing technology nowadays which we use, and it makes our job a bit easier.
Yeah.
But that intel offers us the opportunity to obviously follow our process, pay out the correct claims. Because I know you as a customer, you pay your premium and you expect to be covered in the event of an emergency or an incident.
And I personally know this for a fact because I'm insured by you guys, which is quite coincidental. And I can't lie, you know, in the beginning when I got the SMS that my premium was decreasing, I thought it was a gimmick. But, you know, after a while, it adds up. So I think, you know, with it decreasing so much, soon you guys are going to have to be paying me.
That's what we are after. I think it's offering the best service available, and we call it royal service.
Yeah.
We treat every customer like a queen and a king at that joint king price. And that's just what we're after, low premiums and then royal service at the end of the day.
No, that's excellent. That's excellent. Cool. So, gents, any last messages for the public? You know, why should they join the royal family?
It's a no-brainer, Jochie. I mean, it's we fresh, we young, we hip, we new in the industry, if you may call it that. But then obviously we've got our processes in place. We've established ourselves. We've got our foot in the door now, and now it's just delivering. You understand? So we've got that opportunity. We've got the perfect team. We've got the perfect culture. And we're all about offering the best service, and like I mentioned, royal service to each and every client. So whether you a walk-in client or calling, we'll try our utmost best to always be to be the best, to offer you the best. And then obviously lowest premiums in the industry, decreasing every month.
Boom.
Boom.
You can't argue with that.
No, you can't.
I mean, like, but gents, thank you so much for coming by, and really enjoyed our chat. I actually want to continue this interview because I mean, I'm chilling with two of my idols. And fun fact, I tackled Chrysander like, I think under 15, under 14. And then Chrysander went on to tackle the beast. So if you, in a weird way, I tackled the beast.
Well done, Jochie.
Gents, once again, thanks for coming by. And yeah, it's so exciting, your proposition in the market. And I mean, 4 years in, it definitely shows you guys are not a fly-by-night company.
Yeah.
You're not, there's no gimmicks. There's just honest service and yeah, decreasing premiums, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
what do you want more?
What more do you want? Thanks again,
Cool.
and hope to see you guys again soon.
Thanks, Jochie.
Cheers.
Always fun having the King Price guys around, and yeah, it's also was so cool seeing two of these rugby icons. Okay, next up we go over to Autohouse MAN Truck and Bus and speak to Mr. Ernest Thatcher, who's the sales and marketing manager, about their TGS XHD. Remember that name, ladies and gentlemen. This is a truck that comes through and brings a level of all-round versatility, efficiency, safety, and low cost of ownership to a whole new level. Check this out. When choosing a commercial vehicle, there's a seemingly endless list of considerations one has to consider. But today we're at Autohouse MAN Trucks and Buses, and we're going to speak to Mr. Ernest Thatcher, a legend of the game, about their exciting new TGS 27440
XHD.
XHD. How are you, Ernest?
All right, and you?
Good.
Gents?
A legend of the game. Anything with 4 wheels, or even more, 4 wheels and a steering wheel. This man is either.
Nowadays we're running for 10.
Ah, okay. So yes, Ernest, so excited to be here. We've spoken about the new XHD. Can you tell us about this incredible new truck? And I mean, the price point versus its capabilities is phenomenal.
That's right, Jochie. Right now, as you can see, some stock standing around here waiting to go out. For us also first thing, having to carry stock because of high demand.
Yeah.
The XHD was designed for one purpose and one purpose only, a workhorse in all around field.
Yeah.
Whether on-road, off-road, whether it be for rear-end tippers or side tipper or long haul up to interlink FedEx links with taut liners. It's an all-round workhorse, and that's what it was designed for. Extra heavy-duty XHD.
Yeah.
Uprated suspension, uprated axles. Still on the overdrive gearbox, but with a 4.1 on diff ratio. So strong drive, basic commodity use, all the necessary extras in it. But as it says, extra heavy-duty, all-rounder, workhorse, number one on the road.
Wow. Let's take a closer look.
We're no longer selling a cheap version rugged truck. We're selling a premium brand version for long haul transport, for a mix of gravel, tar road spec.
Yeah.
It takes time to adapt the mindset. Also takes time to break into the market where you haven't been competing or pushing as hard. Wherever we knew MAN was construction based and off-road trucks, 4x4, 6x6, 8x8. That's what we are known for.
Yeah.
And then we enter the unknown area of truck tractors, competing against the big boys in the market and saying, listen, we're going to come into this section now and take over.
Sure.
So systematically, we started with a campaign. Last year, when we closed off last year, we were actually ahead of our schedule compared to our planning. We did very well in the truck tractor section, especially with our efficient line product. MAN converted to the TGS range in 2012-13,
Yep.
and in end of 2015, start 16, we launched the efficient line, which is exactly what it says, efficient. It's a truck designed with air suspension, aluminium rims, full factory aero kit, but it's designed for one purpose, to be economical on your maintenance budget, but it's also to be economical on the diesel budget.
Yeah.
And we've managed to, in 2017, win the Focus truck test with the efficient line product.
Oh.
After which MAN made itself out there again. Listen, we're back in the market. After some changes in our product, we're number one again on fuel consumption. And from there, we built up the reputation for MAN. If you look around today, compared to 8 years ago, how many truck tractors are running now of MAN's, it's a vast difference.
Yep.
You see less construction now, but you see much more of the truck tractors running up and down, especially the efficient line.
Yeah.
It's a very popular product. Today, we're looking at the XHD edition of the TGS range. TGS stands for Truck Generation Superior, and this range was designed for a vast variety of applications. We cater from on-road, off-road, rugged off-road truck tractors. The reason why we're looking at this truck today, this is currently a truck we haven't campaigned. This is our newly launched TGS XHD edition.
Yes.
It stands for extra heavy duty. Basically what we've done is we've taken a very well-known product. We've done some smaller changes. Under the suspension, we've added an extra spring to uprate the axle suspension. And the back as well, the steel suspension, we uprated the suspension to get more tonnage on the axles. Firstly. Secondly is we've done away with the plastic composite bumper.
Yeah.
We've now fitted a 3-piece steel bumper, which is nice because in the case of a small bump or something like that, you don't have to replace the entire bumper, you can only replace the corner you damaged.
Modular.
But also if you look at the bottom, the ground clearance is the important part. This is an all-rounded truck.
Yeah.
It's used for tar road as well as gravel road surfaces. So also the guys with the side tippers and the rear tipper application trailers, they love this unit. Beautiful ground clearance. You can go with this truck into the quarry, go load your sand and stone and come out again. The oaks with the side tippers, they can go onto the mine spec where they load and offload again, like for instance the manganese routes.
Yes, yes.
They buy a lot of these ones at the moment. The important part of this truck is, as it stands here, it's a very affordable truck.
Yeah.
If you compare to the opposition brands, this thing is very affordable as per our campaign at the moment. Firstly. Secondly, important thing is it's a beautiful truck to drive. It's a comfortable truck. It's got all the necessary, not fancy features, but it's got all the necessary add-on features.
Yes.
We'll see inside as well. The campaign we push at the moment, you get it with a stone guard to protect your windscreen as well as the stainless steel bull bar in front here, but you still have the steel rims, the steel bumper. If you look at the side here at the back, it's standard with the fifth wheel, which done for side tipper, the 38C fifth wheel, which is a wider fifth wheel, stronger fifth wheel, especially for the side tipper or rear end tipper application. It's standard with that. This truck is also standard now with power takeoff unit, so there's no extra modification to the truck. You simply fit your hydraulics and you're ready to roll for tip application, which is beautiful because usually that's where the cost comes in now. It's part of the truck, it's the standard, the PTO system, so you don't have to spend extra money. You fit your hydraulics, which is affordable, and you're ready to run. MAN is currently the most affordable truck to run, fuel consumption wise, maintenance wise, very little downtime. It's really a workhorse, and that's what the XHD stands for, extra heavy duty.
Yes.
It's a workhorse. It's out there to do one purpose, whole hardcore stuff up and down,
Yeah.
and that's what we do with it.
That's incredible.
I want to invite you to climb into the truck with me.
Cool.
Very smooth operation, very quiet as you can hear. We do a lot of communication on test drives when we give the customer's truck to test. When the truck comes back from the test run after 30 days, before we speak to the management, we speak to the driver.
Yeah.
For us, that's a very crucial part of our development on our product, is to see what does the driver say about our truck. The first thing we always get is compliments about our bed system. The bed is a single sleeper compartment. On our efficient line trucks, double sleeper compartment. They praise the bed, comfortability of the bed, the space they have. It's quite big and quite wide.
Yeah.
Second thing is what they boast about is the comfortability of the cab. Now, that's a difficult thing to manage in our industry because you never know when the customer is going to run. Is he doing only tar road? Is he doing tar or gravel? Or is he only doing gravel road? So MAN has come up to a conclusion where they've gone all round with this special XHD edition. They've built a cab system that's comfortable on and off road.
Yes.
So in the instance of going off road, you're not bouncing up and down the whole time, but you're still having a smooth ride. This model, as it stands here, the XHD is standard with quite a few features. Firstly, if you see here, the lane guard system, it picks up the white lines on the road. It warns the driver if he starts getting tired and he starts swerving off the road.
Yes.
It'll wake up the driver and say, listen pal, get back on the road or pull off. The lane guard system is essential to making sure the truck stays on the road.
Yeah.
Secondly, we've got a Bluetooth interface radio system with a full hands-free kit system on the truck to prevent the driver from sitting with a cell phone against his ear. It allows him to drive the truck as it is here and also just answer the truck on the cell phone system. You can answer on the cell. You can have a hands-free system to talk to. Very important part, and the funny part is with our 2017 product review, one of the biggest things that came from the driver's side of the market was the lacks of what our truck had. And the biggest concern they had no USB port.
No.
They all want the USB port, so we've added the USB and auxiliary in on our radio systems because they want to listen to their own music.
Yeah.
What we've also done is now we've changed away from the big console in the middle. We've now changed to only the park brake here. We've moved the gearbox selector to the front. And it's very easy, as you can see here. You start the truck, you climb on the brake, you release the park brake, and you simply go drive, or if you're maneuvering into a small tight spot, drive maneuver. Otherwise, if you want to reverse, simply select reverse. The truck automatically calculates the payload on the truck compared to the clutch use.
Sure.
And according to that, the truck will select which gear it wants to pull in with and how much pressure on the clutch it will release. So it's really a fail-safe system. There's no situation where the driver comes back and he's burnt the clutch.
Yeah.
We've eliminated that driver abuse now by going the full, like we call it, the Mantronic system.
Sure.
The important part of this truck is the basics are still there. You've got simple sun visors, you've got a sun reflector on top, but you've got simple sun visors you can adjust to your liking. You can still see the full road surface, but you block the sun out of the way.
Yeah.
If not, you just release it from there. The same for the side. And I'm not a very tall person. If I'm putting this to the side now, I still have full view of all the mirrors, but I've got the sun blocked out. That's the small things we look at. The important part is the MAN product, any truck tractor or truck TG based product, TGM rigid trucks or TGS truck tractors, when they come from the plant in Pinetown, they are fully equipped with a full MAN telematics hardware system that's fully interfaced with our CAN bus system. With our MAN telematics on the CAN bus system and also on the onboard computer system, we can see everything. We can look at your tour consumption, average tour speed you obtained. We can pick up funny abnormal fuel wear and tear, like if certain things start disappearing in the truck, we can pick that up on the CAN bus system. That's also all related to our tracking module, which means when you go into the MAN telematics tracking system, you've got a full report of what's going on in the truck. Driver behavior, is he using the truck at fast acceleration or harsh braking or harsh cornering? Are there any funny fuel usage components we're looking at, like fuel theft and stuff like that? The important thing is the truck is designed for one purpose, to do work, and to do work on the road as long as possible. With this commodity, we've done where they say less is more. We've got the most important basics in the truck, but no fancy extras, because this thing is mainly used also on gravel roads and also site application. So there's a bit of abuse on the road surface in that involved. So with the basics here involved, we can keep the truck on the road for as long as possible. There's no fancy electronics that's going to eventually harass you. The important part is the sunroof is standard, mechanical sunroof is standard. The air conditioning system and electric windows is standard on all MAN TG products.
Yes.
It's not something we're going to waiver on. So any MAN TG or the TGM or TGS, if you buy it, electric windows, aircon, sunroof, Bluetooth radio and lane guard will be standard on all those vehicles.
Sure.
On this truck, like I said, the PTO module, there's the PTO selector switch, is also standard. It saves you time and money. Firstly, time, because it takes a while to install a PTO system when ordering a truck from the factory. Now you first have to have the PTO fitted. Now it's standard, it saves time. Secondly, and it comes at no extra cost to the truck price.
Wow.
So now that it's included in the factory price, there's no extra additional financial costs for the client buying the truck. It's part of the truck, so we save the customer that money. Once they can come back to the big market share fight,
Yeah.
cut the price of the product. This truck, as it stands here, we have some trucks doing up to almost 1.5 million, 2 million kilometers on a truck life cycle already. We would not advise any truck to go that long. Become slightly less economical at higher mileage. But this truck, as it stands here, is rated for first economical life cycle up to 850,000 kilometers.
Excellent.
Whereby we say within the first economical life cycle, we will give you the truck. It'll have no new components, and technically speaking, none of those components should fail within the first life cycle, which means you only pay for your services, your diesel and your tires.
Yeah.
That's slightly more than most of the opposition brands in the market. And the European brands, they are all good trucks at the moment. There's no bad product on the market at the moment, truck-wise. We're all competitive. We're all using similar technology. The only difference is with the MAN product, because we build it so rugged now, and because of our reliability factor, we've taken our first economical life cycle slightly higher than the rest, so we can stretch that bit extra out of the truck before it comes to rotation time.
Wow.
The truck, as it is here, is a single sleeper cabin, like I said, commonly used for side type applications. But the important part is this part here, the lion of the road.
Yes.
MAN is very proud of its brand. It's one of the oldest trucking companies in the world. Just for interest sake, just for those of you to know, Rudolf Diesel, who designed the diesel engine, the first direct injection diesel engine, was working in the MAN engineering center when they designed the diesel.
Oh.
The technology was called after Rudolf Diesel. Hence we call it diesel fuel and diesel technology. But he was working with the MAN engineers at the time of design. That's how old
That's
MAN
incredible.
is at the moment. We've one of the oldest trucking companies, but also on the European market, we're currently in the top spot. In the Southern African market, we're busy regaining market share systematically, and we're getting there very fast. It's a growing brand. Because of the brand growing so strong, our retail value on use level has also stabilized or increased in certain models. The specific model we're standing in here, sitting in right now, is the most popular sold MAN model in Southern Africa.
Wow.
In South Africa especially, they sell a lot of these on different applications, whether taut liner, side tipper, rear end tipper, tankers. This model here is very popular. It's the most sold model in the Southern African market for MAN. Because of that reason, we're running the campaign as advertised. As you saw, the pricing is very competitive.
Yeah.
It's between the Japanese models and the standard European models. We based our pricing on this model here. So affordable on price buying, affordable on maintenance, affordable on fuel consumption. So the all-round package is a winner. This campaign will run indefinitely until further notice or until stock runs out. At the factory, they're producing stock enough to cater for the next 12 months still on this model without having failure on availability. But things change as we go along. So this is about the truck. This is the XHD edition 27/40, also available in a double sleeper edition for 80 horsepower. Furthermore, steel bumper, steel suspension remaining exactly the same. Only double sleeper with the 480 horsepower engine.
Sure.
We focus a lot, like I said, on the driver, because the driver lives in this truck. There's a bed for him. He's on the road the whole time. When he sleeps tonight, he sleeps in the truck. We as business owners sometimes forget what they endure. But with this system, we enable the driver to do efficient operation of his vehicle at all times.
Yeah.
Also, the sound system in here is not a Mickey Mouse sound system. It's proper quality sound. So when the guy sits here driving in his truck, he can listen to decent quality music. The seat we're sitting on right now, just for interest sake, the seat we have here, if I just quickly release this button here, is air suspended.
Okay.
So for the driver height, it's fully air suspended. Interesting part is the amount of money MAN spent on the design of the seat.
Yeah.
And if you look at the build style and everything, we think it's just a seat. They spend millions of euros on the design of the seat, just to keep the driver as comfortable and as awake and alert as possible at all time, which means the seat doesn't tire you out. You can drive a long trip in this truck without tiring out because of simple things like that. So very much focused on driver, the design of the MAN truck nowadays. Most of the European brands are following the same suit now. We're no longer focusing just on the actual brand, but we're also focusing on operation from the driver's side. Keep the driver alert, keep him comfortable in the truck, and keep him stable in the truck. This truck, ABS and EBD standard on the truck. On this truck, stability control comes in as well. So we're looking at the safety features, but also at the comfortability of the driver driving long distances. Unlike a car, a driver climbs in the truck and drives from here to Joburg in one go. Stops at the borders and goes through, and in one go he'll drive through to Joburg. That's a long haul. If you think of driving a car, yes, it's easy, but remember the trucks are limited to 80 kilometers an hour on the road. It becomes a long time spending behind the steering wheel right here, and hence the reason we've made it as comfortable as possible. We've made the suspension in such a way that it doesn't tire out the driver.
Yes.
The seats got the right support systems for the driver, the right supports at the bottom, and also the air suspension caters for any unnecessary bumping on the road. And really the guys complement this truck and the MAN product at the moment on their cab comfortability. It's the crucial part, because if your driver is tired the whole time because of this way he's driving, it's going to end up in costing you money.
Yep.
If the truck assists the driver to stay alert and awake the whole time, it saves you money, pushes up your productivity, which is what we all want. So the design of the truck is focused around the driver, and secondly around the budget. Once the driver is happy, we look at the ownership of the truck, the budget side, cost effective, fuel efficient, maintenance effective, and then you get a total product like this where we say, listen, we've got a market competing vehicle that's currently leading the market in Southern Africa.
Sure, and very well so. And it's easy to see why. What an exciting new product. And I mean, literally, they can't keep up with demand. So I would make sure to head down to Autohaus MAN Truck and Bus and place my order, and then see how I can, create some opportunities in this economy. That brings us to the end for this week. We'd just like to thank you for tuning in, and please continue to check out our social media platforms and our print edition for the latest motoring news and opportunities where you can take your product and service to the market.